Yeah, there it is. The sacred garment of glory. That was 20 years ago. What a season. I love that team. I think it's time to finally make that video I promised them.
We have all kinds of different people with different personalities and different backgrounds, which I really think makes it kind of fun and interesting when we're all together. But at the same time, we're all a very caring team, and we get along extremely well, even though with our diverse backgrounds. But it makes it unique. It makes it fun, special.
Well, I think we've been doing well this year because we're really gelling everybody together. We're all friends and we all get along, and we're just hitting the ball really well this year.
The thing I like best about this team is that we can play ball, have fun, but yet we're very competitive and we really do care about each other.
Our team has come together. We've come very far. We grew up together, and we're just unique. You have never seen any team out there like this.
This team has come very far. They grew up together, and they're just unique. You will never see another team out there like this.
Chris was right, They were unique. They were special. And for an adult women's recreational softball team, the whole thing was, well, let's just say it was gloriously incredible and a little bit insane. I'm Mike, and for some reason they let me be their coach. For years I stood on this very field and guided these brave warriors. But 2005 was different. It was the stuff of legends, a season climax rarely seen in the annals of slow pitch softball. It was also a time of late night practices. Okay, just kidding, we never practiced. But in 2005, we tried to capture it all for posterity. We took some pictures, we shot some videos. We even had a few of our players sit down and give us their thoughts completely unscripted. And for 20 years, all of it sat in a box in my basement. A forgotten testament of a glorious time. Well, now the world gets to see what happened. This is a small record of the journey this team took to get to and through the 2005 Amateur Softball Association National Tournament. And just to let you know, this isn't a high-budget ESPN documentary, in case you haven't figured that out yet. This is a love letter to a Fort Wayne women's slow-pitch softball team that played for fun and had no business being as good as they were. But before we get to the glory and the triumph, a little bit about where we came from. You need to know the history of this team. This whole story actually began way back in 1984, a full 21 years before our big tournament. We started as a humble church league team, and my wife, bless her heart, decided to join despite having never touched a bat or glove in her life. The coach, a real go-getter, asked me to coach third base. I don't know why. A mere 2 weeks later, however, he informed Skinny Mike he was quitting and I was taking over. Since there wasn't much action at third base anyway, Skinny Mike said, "Sure, why not?" And the legend began. Luckily for all of you, I have an obsessive personality and recorded the history of every single team we ever had. In 1984, we started at the very bottom, the 12th and lowest division of the Fort Wayne Women's Softball Association at Packard Park. We finished a respectable 3rd out of 8, and from there our success began. We climbed our way up the ladder, winning our division and moving up almost every season. It's also important to note that back then, Skinny Mike had really nice hair. By 1993, we started playing in tournaments. We did okay, but could never seem to win. Then in 98, we moved to the big leagues, Turner's Park in Fort Wayne, to face off against better teams. We finished second in the 4th division. Not bad for the first time. By 99, we had clawed our way into the 2nd division and finished 4th. We were getting better, and that same year, we played in our first ever national qualifier tournament and won it by beating the only other team that showed up in Detroit. You should probably ask Tamara what she thought of our luxurious hotel, the Palace. By 2001, we had reached the top division and we deserved it. We finished 6th place out of 6 that first year, but we bounced back, finishing 2nd in 2002, then 2nd in 2003, and 2nd in 2004, always chasing that elusive first place spot. That darn Eagles team. But during those years, we started winning tournaments, and in 2005, we finally broke through and took first place in the top division at Turner's. There are a couple things you need to remember about every single team we ever had. 1, winning was never the most important thing, but we did, and we liked it. And 2, having fun with friends was always the most important thing. We once lost a tournament and celebrated by jumping into our hotel pool with our full uniform still on. We had legendary lake parties and pool parties. But the absolute best thing our team ever did together was a week-long trip to Cancun. Every single year, every single player, every single friendship built the team we had in 2005. So now that you know how we clawed our way to the top, you might think our journey was all sunshine and rainbows. But our road to 2005 was a little bit rockier. In fact, this was not our first national tournament rodeo. We'd tried 4 times before. 1999 in Panama City Beach, Florida, 2000 in Shreveport, Louisiana, 2002 in Athens, Tennessee, and 2004 in Orlando, Florida. But oh my gosh, what we went through. It's hard to explain it, but what's the big deal? Why even talk about them? Well, I'll give you a clue. They were natural disasters, quite literally. Let me show you, starting with our very first nationals in Panama City Beach. This is going to be fun. 1999. We're here for fun. We were totally naive, completely green, and all excited and ready for anything but winning. But we sure knew how to party. The tournament put on a party the night before the start of play, and this team was more than happy to oblige. There was an unforgettable karaoke rendition, and plenty of eating and drinking. Even Bud got involved with one of our players' chicken hat. The next morning, the sun was out, we were ready to play, and in 2 games we were out, 0-2. But hey, we weren't complete losers. We dominated the beach, even beating the Michigan team in volleyball. We went home happy. We had our little vacation. But little did we know that future nationals would be all downhill from there. The next 3 national tournaments weren't just losses, they were full-blown capital D biblical level disasters. In 2000, we played in Shreveport, Louisiana. Not everyone could go, so we had to pick up a bunch of other players just to fill the roster. That didn't go so well. And to make things worse, the Louisiana weather was no joke. It was over 100 degrees for every single game we played, which wasn't many. We didn't do well, again, and this time there was no celebratory beach volleyball. We just melted. We packed up our sweating, grumpy selves and went home miserable. We skipped 2001, but came back in 2002 with a much better team and a good year under our belts. This time, we were so pumped to play. We arrived in Athens in time for the opening ceremonies and just knew we were going to be great this year. We played our first game that night, did okay, but then lost in the final inning on a dropped fly ball. It was a brutally painful loss, but it wasn't the worst thing to happen in that tournament, not by a long shot. Mother Nature took over, and you have to remember that nobody had smartphones back then, so we really didn't know what was coming. A huge, and I mean massive, flooding rainstorm came in early that night. The streets all around our hotel turned into rivers. The power to the entire hotel went out. One of our players and her boyfriend got stuck between floors in a dark elevator. The fire department came after 30 minutes to get them out, but that was a pretty scary time. But you know us, we tried to make the best of it, of course. We had to stay outside the hotel, so we found a bar with power and spent the rest of the night eating and drinking and dancing and arm wrestling. And hugging. The next morning was worse. The fields were unplayable, and they hit the big red cancel button on the whole tournament. We went home pretty dejected at 0-1. A lot of effort for that. Well, we'll make it to nationals again sometime. It can't get any worse than this, right? Oh God, yes it can. We skipped 2003, maybe a bad taste from the flood, but in 2004, we were actually thinking about going to nationals. We had a good time at the state tournament, and we did pretty well. We finished 5th out of 14 teams. So, we did it. We signed up for nationals. Who could resist the location? Orlando, Florida. Come on down. Paradise awaits. We're so excited again. But I was worried. 3 hurricanes had already hit Florida that summer, and a week before we were to leave, another one was coming from the south. Just wonderful. But with 2 days to go, it turned straight east and headed out to the Atlantic. Great. We cheered like we just won the World Series or something. We're a go for launch. Some flew, but most of us drove down. And as usual, the trip down is always part of the adventure. We had a nice hotel in Orlando and spent the day swimming and relaxing. That night, I took the team out to a nice dinner on me, and we didn't have a care in the world. We were ready to kick butt. The next morning, it was breakfast and then off to the ballpark to prepare for our first victory. Then, we started playing. I don't even need to say it. You just need to look at their faces. don't see that look from Cheryl very often. I think it's her "oh God" look. And then it got worse. That hurricane out in the Atlantic turned around and was headed straight for Orlando. Jeez. They canceled the whole tournament. Not again. But that was only half the story. Decisions had to be made. With a hurricane bearing down on us, the team split up. Half of us went across the state to escape the storm. The other half, who had never experienced the hurricane, decided to stay in Orlando for the experience. Of course, I stayed with the hurricane group, and we definitely got an experience. But wait, we lost early enough that this hurricane group still had time to have some fun in the afternoon. Of course, we went to downtown Disney. We walked around, had some fun, had a nice dinner, and on the way back to the hotel, we bought as many hurricane prep items as we could find. You know, ice, food, flashlights, games. Then, back at the hotel, we just waited. And waited, and waited. However, Colleen stole all the pool towels she could get. The next morning, things got serious. The wind and rain was bad, but never destroyed anything in the hotel.
Ooh, get rain on.
It's raining? I think it's windy out there. All right.
The worst thing was the power went out, and we couldn't leave the hotel for 3 days.
Take your picture. Okay.
We had to be creative. The hotel restaurant wasn't open, and there was no food anywhere except for what we bought for our room. And nighttime was interesting. You make up things to do. I don't know what game this was. Charades? I know one thing. Nothing would get this team down. Nothing. All that mattered was we all made it out safely. And what happened to the other group that escaped to the safety of Fort Myers? Well, it turned out that the hurricane took a little turn and hit them too, but they were okay. The state of Florida, however, was a mess. Wow. So, after all that, after all of it, would you go to another national tournament?
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. Nope, a nope, a nope, a nope. Definitely nope, a nope, nope, a nope.
Now let's fast forward to the 2005 season, the year the softball gods finally smiled upon us. Now you already know that we made it to nationals, but getting there that year required a lot of determination and effort. We had what everyone, including me, considered to be the team, and we were also having a great year in our league. We finally beat the Eagles, the team that always took first place, and all we had to do was win this final game to win the league championship. For that final game, you'd think we'd be a nervous wreck. Nope, this team was cool as a cucumber. The moment the game started, we absolutely dominated. It was glorious. league was conquered, and now it was time for the state tournament and that second elusive prize.
This year, for some reason, going to any tournament felt different. We are playing so well together as a team. We really were able to go into the state tournament very confident in ourselves, the way we were playing.
And that confidence showed. We played great in that first game and won it easily. Sorry, we didn't take any pictures during the games. We were busy.
Knowing that we won our first game, which is a big breakthrough for us. We won our first game the first morning, and that pretty much set the pace for us the rest of the tournament.
That pace brought us all the way through the brackets to the championship game with some hard-fought battles. We were up against our old nemesis, the Shockers. It was a great game, but we prevailed, winning the state championship in the top division for the first time in our history. I was so proud of them.
When we won the state championship, it was an awesome feeling, especially when I saw my coach cry. I got all choked up, but it was awesome.
That was awesome. You know, having played, I mean, we won the state championship this year, and having played for you for 11 years, we'd not won it yet, and we've come close. And you know, I know I'm getting older, and so I don't know how many more years I'm going to be able to play at this level. So that was really neat. You know, it was something that I wanted. But what really made it special was to see how emotional you got over it. You know, because to me that said a lot about how you felt about all of us. So it was pretty special. I know you've been coaching for a long time, but having played with you for 11 years. You know, I mean, that was pretty neat, and to have, you know, to do it with this team especially, I guess, is what made it so special. I mean, to have won the state tournament with this team and with you and Bud as our coach, and to see how much you guys cared, just, I mean, it was awesome.
You know, I didn't mean to cry, but with 1 out left to go in the last inning, I remember thinking, we're going to win this game. And all those emotions of all these years working to get to that spot just came out. You know, I tried not to show it, but I couldn't help it. I mean, it really was an amazing and well-deserved validation of this team's hard work all these years. And speaking of this team and those incredible players, I think it's time I introduce you to the 13 heroes of our story. This was not a team of 18-year-olds. Their ages ranged from the low 20s to the upper 40s. And get this, they had 30 kids between them. Yes, 30. That has to be a softball team record. I don't know how they found time for a game, let alone championship run. But then again, I saw a lot of the kids at the game.
The team unity, and I like it that we all have family values and lots of kids.
What's the best part about going to Mom's softball games?
We get popcorn that we sometimes get games. I like everything.
And do you think Mom hits lots of good hits?
Sometimes. Yeah, kind of. Sometimes.
Is Mom a good shortstop?
Yeah.
What's the best part about Mom playing? Yeah. I always win. I like that too, huh? You like the way Mom throws the ball?
Kind of.
You kind of?
Yeah.
And sometimes you guys cheer a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
So what do you say? I'm up to bat. What do you guys say? What do you say? Go, Mom. Go, Mom. I hear you sometimes, don't I?
Sometimes you say what?
What softball team has their team party at Chuck E. Cheese? And then there was the team family hayride. Looks like none of the dads got into the wagon. Over the years, I'd managed to weed out players that didn't fit. Well, most of them. Yeah, who am I kidding? The team weeded them out. My shortstop, Cheryl, once told me, you know, you're not really the coach. We all already know how to play. You're the organizer. And don't ever let a new player on the team unless we approve her first. Okay, she was right. My main job, really, other than the organizing part, was keeping 13 women happy. Okay, that was a job, and believe it or not, it was my favorite part. It required a genuine caring for each player, and of course, some players required a lot more caring than others. You all know who you were. Well, at least I knew who you were. But before I talk about each person individually, I want to tell you that everyone on this team is nice and fun to be with, in their own way. And everyone on this team was someone you wanted to be friends with, some a little more than others. Almost all had a strong value system about helping others, and everyone on this team was committed to the team, but put their families first. And I can honestly say that I have never had a team that I could say all those things about. And most importantly, they had grown to be a family.
The team feels like a family to me in the way that, like I said, we're all really supportive of each other, very caring for each other. And like I said, I know there's many people on the team I could count on if I need help with something or support. And I mean, we've all been through a lot together. We've been through marriages and births and deaths. At least I have over the 11 years. And you know, it's just wonderful how we've all been there together and through it all. And I've just been real supportive. You know, I mean, I've lost a mother-in-law, and so Cheryl Shabandi, and Arlene lost her father, and your daughter, you know, lost her child, and I mean, I go on, and then, you know, there's been people who've gotten married along the way, and births, all the children have been born, and it's been, you know, sad and sweet, you know, and it's been all, we've been through it all, so I don't know, it's been kind of neat when I think back over the years.
This team is like family to me. I mean, I don't know. I will never imagine myself playing with any other team, no matter what background or different personalities, or nobody is judgmental. We all click well.
This team does feel like a family because we have been through many tournaments together. We've been through our whole entire summers together playing tournaments, and yet we've come to know each other's kids and husbands, and we watch out for each other, and we help each other too.
Hold on to this thought as you watch. Our team was a family. Every hit, every win or loss, every experience, and every moment of joy or heartbreak was something that we all went through together. Now, let me introduce the 2005 team and the 13 heroes of our story. I will call Tiffany the producer. She hits the ball a mile and is an awesome third baseman, and leads the team in kids produced per year. Her husband, Phil, came to a lot of our games and put in the glass block and tile in our bathroom too. Just FYI. My daughter Angela, I always felt bad because I made Angela sit more than other players, even though she had a great bat and glove. I think it was easier because she was my daughter. She had a great attitude and never once complained though. Angela played a great right field, which is not easy. Colleen is my wife and the only player that was with us from the start. She started out as a shortstop and pretty much played every other position. I can't say enough good things about her, so I just won't right now. Well, okay, one thing. I know she is the smartest player on the team because every night after a game, she'd let me know all the things I did wrong. Okay, that's not really true, not after every game. Lynn has only been with the team for a short time, but everyone loved her. I also loved her personality and sense of humor. Playing right center field, she was fast and knew how to play, and usually knew how to keep from colliding with Tamara, the left center fielder. Not all the time, though. And speaking of Tamara, she was our leadoff hitter because she was a track star who could not only hit the ball but get to first base before the third baseman even knew what happened. She played left center field for the team for 12 years. We had a birthday party for one of our players at our house once, and Tamara challenged me to a beer chugging contest. Believe it or not, she actually won. And it was only later that I discovered that she had a wide mouth can and I didn't. True story. I've heard players tell me, you like Tamara the best. Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't have a favorite. I love every one of these players, but she makes catches like this. Amy has been playing with us when we need her for years. She has a great bat and can catch many of those wild throws to first base. She is also just one of these people you want to be friends with. You know, I have a hard time talking about Michelle because she passed away several years ago. She was our second baseman for the last 4 years and was so full of life. She was a friend to everyone, and I'm thinking she would win the award for #1 partier on the team too. If people were getting together or the team had an event, she would be there. She was serious about her softball though, even if she threw the throw to first base in the dirt, which she did sometimes. Her husband Jerry was also a big softball player and came to our games when he didn't have to babysit. Arlene was our super pitcher. She was quiet on the outside, but believe me, she had her opinions. Parties at her house had the best food ever. If we ever had a vote on who would be the nicest and most caring person on the team, I think she would win, but it would be close between her and the next person, Cheryl. I truly believe that Cheryl is the biggest reason that we are where we are in 2005. She joined her sister Patty on our team 13 years prior to 2005, and she was way above our level. Although she knew everything about softball, she was the humblest person you will ever meet. I asked her husband Mark what softball meant to Cheryl.
Well, it used to mean everything until the children were born. It's still very important, but she keeps it all in perspective. I think she likes it because it's a great team sport and she's a great team player. I think she elevates the performance of anybody that's around her on a team or in a job or even in a family.
And I know that certain really good players joined our team over the years because she was there. She never once complained about anything, and if I asked her opinion about something during a game, she would answer, "Whatever you think, Coach." Her parents and sister came to the game whenever they could. I asked her dad what he thought about softball and what it had done for Cheryl.
Well, I think success in anything gives you a lot of self-confidence, and I think she feels that on the softball diamond she can do just about anything, and she has a lot of confidence in what she's doing, and self-esteem is boosted by her success, and it's a stress reliever for her too, because when she was working with the special ed students, a lot of times that created stress, and this was a good stress reliever. So softball's been good to her and to her mom and dad and all of her relatives.
And Cheryl and her sister Patty and her whole family have been a big part of this team since she became a part of us. Gail, the cheerleader on the team. Who had the guts to actually do this cheer I wrote as a joke? Gail. And who could forget the rocks in the empty pop bottles she made for kids at another tournament? Gail played outfield or catcher or wherever we needed and did a great job. Dina has been on the team for 6 years and has been a very consistent hitter and really good at right center. She's been playing a long time and sure knows her way around the softball diamond. She also is really good at attending all the team events and many times brings her dad, who is a great fan and former coach for longer than any of us can remember. Chris has the best infectious sense of humor, and I swear she could cheer up the whole team just by herself. She does me. And what position does she like me to play her in?
He likes to put me in every position possible.
It's true. Not only was she a great first base person, but she could also play anywhere and just love to, right, Chris?
But the best part of it is in one game I get to rotate every position, every inning, and nobody knows where I'm going.
Finally, Chris is very humble, but was not shy about naming her favorite player on the team.
Duh! Myself? No.
And last but definitely not least, the other Cheryl, our shortstop. Cheryl is very athletic with great ball sense and a consistent bat to go with it. I bat her second behind Tamara because they like to do this thing where one taunts the infielder who has the ball while the other takes off. It's awesome. Cheryl's husband, Mark, wanted to chirp in about his wife.
My favorite part about watching the softball game is watching her bat, her swing. My wife.
Best strengths as a softball player would be my mouth. No, cut.
And Cheryl is always right, but she's good at it, the mouth thing. You may have wondered what this sound was during our games. It's the sacred war cry of our shortstop, Cheryl. She has perfected that yell over many years. It cannot be duplicated by another human being. You'll most likely hear it when someone gets a good hit. I love it. A great attitude too, Cheryl. So that's the team for 2005. Of course, a team isn't just about the players. We had our own legendary coaching staff on the field also. Arlene's husband, Lynn, who helped at first base when he could, and our third base coach, Bud, has been with the team almost forever. Bud's very dedicated and even brought his own bats. Let's hear what the team had to say about us coaches. First, Bud.
Besides when he sends people from third and the ball's in the infield already? No, just kidding, Bud. I don't know, Bud tells you like it is, and that's what people like about him, I guess. If you ever need an opinion, he'll tell you about something. An opinion about something, he'll tell you. I do like that he's an honest person, and will tell you how he feels, and that he's a fun guy, fun to hang out with.
Things I like about Bud are he has been with us ever since I started, and he is always there coaching third and doing an awesome job. He encourages us even when sometimes he's frustrated. And he would do anything for the girls.
What do I like about Bud? His bald head.
I like that not only does Bud have an awesome sense of humor. I mean, he's very quick-witted, and he makes you laugh, and it makes trips and tournaments and games fun. But I like, he personifies this big grizzly bear, or, someone's really tough with this outer shell. And really, he's kind of soft, and, you get to know Bud, and he cares about his friends and cares about the team. And once again, I can't say this enough, but people on the team would be there for you if you need help, and he demonstrated that for me in the past year. So that's pretty special, just to know how much he cares about everybody.
And to be fair, I had to let you know what they liked about me.
Ever since I came to Fort Wayne, I've played for 2 different coaches, and then I played for Mike, and now I would play for no other coach than Mike. Mike is very excited about the games. He gets into the games. He even gets mad at me sometimes. Throws his book in the air. But he loves every single one of us girls and encourages us each. And I would play for nobody else but Mike.
His ability of not being able to say no. Funniest thing Mike does. Here we go. Well, Chris. That's just that phrase. That's the first thing I think of when I think of Mike.
I gotta interrupt you. Go. Go. I gotta get in the camera. Go. Team. You guys just mean so much to me.
I don't cry.
You always said that.
Yeah.
And I just
No, you're forgetting the hip movement from side to side. It's standing up. Just the adjustment.
okay. Sorry. He'll be cutting that out. I think that Mike is an awesome coach. And, primarily just because, like I said, I talk about how everybody cares about each other, but I mean, like I said, you showed that at state, and just the same as Bud. I mean, you've been there for me through some issues, several issues actually. So it's been nice. I mean, you're somebody, Mike, that I know and people on the team know they can count on, and you're there for people. I mean, I'll tell you what I think's the neatest thing is, even like with this team, you always go above and beyond the things that anybody would ever dream of or expect out of you. And I mean, a good example of it is just like the brochure you put together for our trip. You get the hotel rooms, you plan everything. You don't just do the basics, but you go. I mean, the pullover jackets that you got for us this year. Just the idea of coming up with that. Just all the trips that we've taken, and the time that you put into it, and the planning that goes into it, and it's just so much more than I think any of us have ever would expect from any softball coach. And I mean, I can look at all the other teams, and there's absolutely no team I would rather play for, or no coach I'd rather play for than you. And so I just think that's awesome. Once again, I just think it just shows how much you care about our team.
I think that Coach Mike is a smart person and a great entrepreneur. Wanted to mention that. And we're thankful that he sponsored our team this year, and that we are proud to go under the name Zoom. And we just have a good team. I'm gonna get emotional. I've only had one beer.
And I just felt the same way about them. To tell you the truth, there was a lot of emotion in this team. Not only that desire to win, but more importantly, that friendship and joy and sadness and everything in between that comes when you have a really close family relationship. That's what made this team special. Yes, they were special, but this team had a decision to make.
Oh no.
The question wasn't about whether we were good enough. It was it even worth it? Here we were, state champs at the peak of our powers with a golden ticket to nationals. An easy decision, right? Well, not so fast. The ghosts of all these tournaments past still haunted us. Was it worth the effort again? Would this team even consider it? And to make it more difficult, I told the team we weren't going unless we all went. What I heard back was this sentiment.
The neat thing about it, though, is that when we go together as teams, we still make the most of it. I think about Tennessee and Athens and the flood, and of course the hurricane last year. And even though things may not turn out exactly as we wanted to, they were still awesome trips. And they're still a lot of fun. So I mean, we're a kind of team I think it could weather anything, I guess.
I love playing tournaments. It's the best. It brings out the best in us. And plus, we get to spend a whole day with our team. I mean, that's the best time. We get to spend every week together on, one night a week playing a game, but it's nothing like playing a tournament and spending all day with everybody.
See, those attitudes. I told you I love this team. Excitement about going to nationals was everyone's feeling. Although it took a few weeks to get a unanimous consensus. Everyone did get on board, though, and we were clear to start planning. We had a planning meeting at our house and figured out all the arrangements. We were excited. Again. Well, for this trip, I created a legendary book for everyone that laid out the logistics. I subtitled it, "This Year We Came After the Hurricane." Why? Because just 2 weeks before we left for Alabama, Hurricane Katrina had ripped through the Gulf Coast. The edge of its path just touched the city we were driving to for nationals, Decatur. And many refugees fled Katrina and were staying there. Were we headed into a natural disaster again? We dove into the planning, and the consensus was clear. Decatur was okay, the disastrous weather had moved on, and we were officially in the clear. The universe had thrown everything it had at us, and we survived. We had a plan, and as Michelle so eloquently puts it, we were ready to play.
Okay, has everybody got a book?
Oh, nationals. I'm so excited about nationals this year. Can't come soon enough. I think we're going to do well. I really feel that we have a great team. We won state. That's a pump. That pumps us up right there. And I just think we're going to have a great time, and play well. We got to win our first few games to pump us up, and I think we'll hit the crap out of the ball.
Tournament day had arrived. Our caravan of 7 cars and SUVs hit the road, all headed for Decatur, Alabama. But let me tell you, the real championship started the moment the door shut on this particular van.
It's so dark, all I can.
I can't get anything.
I got you. Everybody else got what?
Just took a photo. Yes, takes photos.
We all had to leave pretty early because we had to play at either 6 or 7:15 p.m. that night, depending on which place in the bracket I drew at the team meeting today.
Morning. How's everybody?
Jump up and down and move it all around. Shake your head to the sound, put your hands on the ground. Take one step left and one step right.
Meanwhile, back at the coaches' meeting, the fate of our team was in my hands. The pressure was on. I was channeling every ounce of good luck I had left, praying for a later game to give the team time to rest. Here I was in a moment of pure focus. Please be the 7:15 game. Please be the 7:15 game. Please be the 7:15 game.
Game 3, Friday, 7:15 p.m.
Yes, it's a miracle. We got the later game.
Well, at least we don't have the 6 o'clock games. We have the 6 o'clock game, but we have to play twice on Friday night, so that's going to be kind of tough, especially since we play at 9:45 p.m. So that means we won't meet that till 11. But we're here to win, so let's do it.
I think at Nationals, we are going to do awesome. I think everyone's ready to go down and play. We have our whole team. There's no one that is missing from our team, plus everybody that was at state. I think it's going to be a great time, and we're going to play some serious ball down there.
I'm so excited. Nationals, we're gonna kick ass.
We'll cut that out. Here we go.
Nationals. We're gonna play the best ball that we can play. I mean, we've been playing really well, and I think we have a very good chance of coming out on top this year.
You know how it is.
Amy is navigating
65.
65 south until Alabama.
That's deep. You do that. She drives.
And here's Michelle. I wear my sunglasses at night.
So I can.
And we're really ready to get there. It's like 2 hours away.
Yes.
We're just like
And we found out that we're
Right.
playing at 7:15.
7:15 today.
And when we win, we
So
play
excited.
at 9:45.
I love the tournaments. I'll tell you why I like the tournaments so well. I mean, just regular season's great, but the tournaments are what enable us to be able to become closer, become the team that we've become over the years. If we have not traveled, if we had not done that in the past, I know we have not been on as many trips or tournaments this year, but we have over the years. And if we had not done that, I don't know that we'd be quite as close as we are. It's those tournaments that enable us to spend more time together, the extra time it takes to get to know people, because during softball games, you're on and off the field quickly. There's not a lot of time to converse. You're there for an hour and you're gone. Where, at tournaments, you have the whole day or maybe even a weekend that we may stay. And so it enables us to spend time, talk, get to know each other, and build those relationships that I think demonstrate the kind of team that we've become today.
And speaking of tournaments, it's time to play and win our first game at the 2005 Nationals. We were about as up and loose as you can get.
You ready?
Cheryl's mom, Karen, even made a donation to the victims of Katrina.
And Zoom from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
The opening ceremonies were great, and our team stayed pumped. I really liked the national anthem. They were restless. They couldn't wait to get on the field. How about a quick team jog around the field before we warm up?
Play full 7 innings. There's no time limit. And we also have a 12 run rule. 20 after 4. 12 and 20. Right. Other than that, it's pretty much straight. Everything. Here's what we're gonna do. We need to play aggressive because these are all good twos, including us. We want you dancing around on the face. I want to play aggressive, and that means going for balls in the outfield, going for balls in the infield. When we play aggressive, you know what that means? You have to back each other up. Tailwind, you have to back each other up. Outfield, are you listening?
Hitting cutoff, back each other up. I'm the only one being
What'd you say?
Coin toss.
Coin toss.
And then the home team takes the third base dugout, so it depends on whether. All right,
Coach for Zoom, please come to the press box, please.
Trouble. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I gotta turn that.
Amy, you're going to start. Is that kind of bigger?
Yeah, let's start.
Gail and Dina are going to start on the bench, and then we'll start with everybody who plays.
As the sun sets across the park, it was finally time. We took our dugout and we were excited again. We were playing the Birmingham Extreme. I even won the coin toss. Home team, baby. We started off with all the confidence of an unbeaten prize fighter. But our hits were being caught or easy ground balls. Any hits we did get got left on base. Don't worry, we'll get started. We always do.
Go, Tiffany.
But that start never came.
No, you're ready, Amy. You're ready.
Go, girl.
There we go.
And in the fourth inning, the other team started to hit and hit and hit. And hit.
Oh, hey, it's a jeez.
And hit. And hit. And hit.
Good try, Tiffany.
And hit. And hit some more. It was a relentless onslaught that we couldn't recover from. And then it was over. We had just played a really good team with a really good pitcher. We had a total of 4 hits in the whole game. The other team scored 9 runs in the 4th inning. By the top of the 4th inning, the top of our batting order was just done. We lost 13-0 in 5 innings. We were shut out and run ruled. You know, this has never happened to us in the history of our team. And I thought the hurricane last year was the worst thing that could happen to us at Nationals. This felt much worse. No one was saying a word. I think they were all shell-shocked. And I couldn't tell what Cheryl was thinking. It was probably just how I was thinking and feeling. I tried to talk to the team, but they were only half listening. There was no pep talk or we'll get them tomorrow speech. I don't think anyone felt like talking. This wasn't just a loss. It was a gut punch. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. Okay, I did manage to get them to agree to meet here an hour earlier tomorrow and practice hitting and fielding. You know, it's going to be a really bad night. It's about 6 in the morning on Saturday. I think I slept about 3 hours last night. Keep thinking about what we need to do, what we need to do different, who I need to play where, how I need to make the lineup up, all that, and how people are feeling, who I should go talk to, who I should let go. But I could really see last night, after our game, certain people were really upset. And it's not because, well, gee, we should have done this different or whatever. They just want to play well as a team. Well, last night was devastating for me because because we were so crushed. And I think also because I could see it in everybody else's faces, especially the ones that are so competitive, which is just about everybody. And I know everybody wanted to come here and do well. And we just got smashed by a really good team. And this morning, I know everybody's going to be really up and ready to go and going to want to come out of that losers bracket and do well. But um, last night was not good. It was not fun. And, you know, this team does not come down here to have a good time. They don't come down here for the camaraderie and all that. Although that's a big part of it. They come down here to win. And we've done this. This is the 5th year. And they don't want to go 2-out again. This would be really bad for this team. So today, we just have to do it. We have to make it happen. And I actually think we can. I think we can do what we came down here to do, is at least win a couple games, win more than that, and show them that we can do it. Show them we can win at nationals. I had to soothe a lot of feelings last night. What I really needed was somebody to soothe my feelings last night, because it was hard for me to stay up. And that's partly because I care so much for these people. That I really see them all hurting. And I really want to see them do well. So today, we need to do it. Today, we need to make it happen. I had to fill out the lineup. I wasn't in the mood, but it had to be done. I kept thinking, did I need to do something different? But I don't want to mess everything up. I knew what I really needed was to talk to someone to change my attitude around. Chris. Here, I'm taking it.
I'm eating the great energy. Honey and banana bread.
No problem.
Breakfast of champions. A little coffee. Breakfast of champions. And if
So,
show your shoes.
what?
Point
My
down.
shoes?
Those are nice. Today he is wearing his coaching shoes. Was he? You didn't have them yesterday. He was now wearing them. It's all his
That's right.
fault.
They changed.
Mike's fault.
Forgot to put them on. So, we're starting to do batting practice. The 1-hour practice was great. It got us moving, it got us laughing, it got us fired up. I felt energy again. I don't know if it was the practice or just the character of this team, but they were a different animal today. The energy was back. The Bats were alive right from the start, and the defense was a brick wall. We were finally playing like the team we knew we were.
Second base, ladies. 2-1. Bravo. Nice. Let's get that deal. Got that on film? The coach caught me on.
We were cruising with a comfortable 5-run lead, but as we entered the final inning, their bats started to get hot. They scored 1 run and then another. 2 more people on base. A home run would tie the game. The pressure was immense. But in a flash, our shortstop Cheryl turned an amazing double play to get the last 2 outs. It was over, and just like that, the feeling of defeat was gone. We had survived. To say we were overjoyed was an understatement. This felt like us. This felt right.
We won one.
How does it feel to have your first national win, Coach?
Feels, I don't know yet. Wait for my second national win.
What was the difference in this game? What did you do coaching that won this game for the team?
Shoes. I wore the shoes. That was the difference in this game.
Really? I was
Yes.
thinking a couple of hits might have actually helped.
Okay.
Well,
You had a good game.
The big question now was, who's next? The answer came quickly. Our next game was in an hour. We had a little time to decompress. This team has just lifted the curse of 4 previous nationals off of their shoulders. I think they deserve to relax a little. See how tense they're getting to be about the next game? Relaxation time was over. We were going further into the bracket now, and we knew the teams would be tougher. We just had to keep the energy going. A short warm-up and we're back in the game. Well, first base was covered. Amy and Chris are crack first basemen. It's time to play. Was the magic still back? We hit great, scoring 5 runs in that game. And our defense? Arlene pitched a shutout. We were moving on, and with a great win. And do you think they were excited?
It's on diamond 3, the same diamond.
Yes. So meet here at 4:30.
And we play another loser. That's 2.5 hours from now. So if you want to go eat.
Yeah, really. Are you going to eat, Michelle?
Yeah. I'm going back to my room.
It's hard to say what a big lunch in between games does for your team, but I think it was just what we needed. I learned there's a danger, however, in letting your players have the video camera.
But not really eating yet.
You gotta give a share.
There's Tamara's eating. Push it, put that in your mouth. There you go. I'm gonna come visit you guys over here.
Oh my God. They're all over the place.
I wonder if anyone came in here for a nice, quiet dinner.
Oh, and there's Patty.
Check that damn camera.
I already did it earlier. I missed though. Where are you gonna go, Mike?
I'll go see where the other team hits.
Oh, why? So we can kick your butt?
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Bye.
Leadoff hitter doesn't hit deep. The second hitter, probably the one that can hit it if she wants to, but that's just medium where we normally play, not too deep. Nobody ever hits it real deep. They hit a lot of ground balls, a lot of bloop hits, okay? We can deal with that, right?
Right. Here we are at Wilson Morgan Ballpark. And we're here to introduce 2 new fans that we've picked up from Logan's Steakhouse because they had to put up with our crew while we did dinner. So I'd like to introduce them. And your name, sir? Amos Burton. Who's Willie Mae Randall. And they're here to cheer on the Zoom team.
Indiana. That's our team. We're so good, we're picking up fans at the local restaurants. We were blazing and the bats were hot. Be thankful that I'm not showing you all of our hits because we hit and hit and hit some more. But our opponents were a great hitting team too, and they scored 12 runs against us. Wow. But never fear, everyone up and down the lineup kept pummeling the ball, and we notched 22 runs for the victory. Can this team get any more pumped? Our bats went crazy and we needed them. And how do we treat our new fans? With a souvenir picture. What a game. They really are gladiators. But we can't rest on our laurels. We have another game in an hour with a team that just beat their opponents 20-0. Okay, now we're getting to the point in the tournament that only the real good teams are left. I spent a few minutes before our game asking some people about the team we were about to play, the Travel America Cruisers. They were an all-star team, some of the best players from all over Mississippi, but they had to evacuate their homes very quickly 2 weeks ago when they learned that they were right in the Hurricane Katrina's path. Most hadn't been back home since, and they didn't even bring a lot of their gear or uniforms with them. Other teams lent them some bats for our game because they only had 2 bats and one had broken before the game. Well, believe me, this team was good. This was going to be a battle of the Titans. We hit. We didn't play bad at all. But Travel America was the best hitting team we had ever come up against. If we played one of their hitters to hit deep, she would hit it short. If we played her to hit left side, she would hit right side. And then change the next time she came up to bat. I was actually in awe of their hitting skills. We weren't dead though. We got a little rally going and caused them to take a timeout. But in the end, we just couldn't keep pace with their run scoring ability. And then, after a lot of hitting, it was over. Travel America beat us 23-6. Although no one was happy, there was an immense sense of satisfaction and pride at what we had just accomplished today. A much different feeling than last night. They even started clapping and cheering on their way back to the dugout. Our post-game meeting was really upbeat.
Yes! 3-2. 3-2. Woo!
We got a winning record. We're seventh in the country. We made them have a conference out there. That's right.
I had him shaking their boots.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit a ball the last
You guys did great. It was a great tournament. We had a great day.
I'm proud of all you guys. You guys did a heck of a
Hey, you guys had the
And I'm proud of you girls, too.
Yeah, we
had the best players. That's right.
I think everybody else.
All I can say about these guys is yo, baby, yo, baby.
Yeah, love is saying that in our
That's right.
That's your fault,
Oh, this is the last time we're going to say yo. No.
You know, if you want to put that in the book, you were getting it.
That's right.
That was it.
That's right. You're wrong.
Yeah. No.
You know what? Everybody played great today. Arlene got a hit. I got two hits. She got hard to rise. 4 for 5 the last game. So
Who's gone?
Deodorant.
hey, we need your attention. Hey, you're tough.
I know.
Lynn wants to talk.
I just want to say thank you to all you guys because it's kind of tough to get up some of the middle of the time. Thank you.
That's right.
Great season.
You look like a wild woman.
Leaving, are you? No, no.
A good dog.
I'd like to thank my mom.
Oh yeah, and my mom said thanks because you guys were really nice to me. You're like, you're so sweet. I'm like,
I want to say something really.
Oh.
I want to say
enough. Sit down.
You're right. And I want us all to do one last cheer for Mike, and he's gonna go like this. We're all gonna sing "Yo Baby, Yo Baby." 1, 2, 3. Yo baby, yo baby, yo baby, yo.
Sunday morning, a few of us stayed and watched some of the final games. The Travel America Cruisers ended up as tournament champions, and the team that beat us the first night, the Birmingham Extreme, finished second. They were also an all-star team, with players from all over Birmingham and Alabama. We finished seventh, and I'd say we were all-stars too, from Fort Wayne, Indiana, that never had time to practice because they had 30 kids. We scored more runs against Travel America than anyone else in the tournament. It was time to leave now, but before we did, some of our players met up with some of the Katrina evacuees in our hotel lobby. They made some personal donations and expressions of caring. It meant so much for these people, some of which didn't have a place to go back to. What does that say about our players? Everyone's heading home, having experienced the lowest of lows followed by exhilarating highs. Isn't that what a fantastic experience is all about? Well, I know you're wondering what the girls in the van are doing. Well, having a wonderful time on the way home, of course, with an overnight stopover in Louisville. They clean up great, don't they?
I think it went very well, and we really enjoyed it. We enjoy the girls and the coaches and their families, and it's just a very good time. It's everybody is close. We watch for each other.
You know, I said at the beginning that this was a love letter. We'd been through so much together, in and out of softball, and this family never complained and supported each other through it all. And when they got crushed in that first game at the tournament, they had the best attitudes the next morning. And what an accomplishment during this season. When you put it all together with all of our history and all of our tournaments, and this weekend, this team really has a lot to be proud of. The experiences they had, the adversity they fought through, the accomplishments they achieved, and the legacy they built. But most importantly, the family they created. And you know what? Chris said it.
We're just unique. You will never see another team out there like us.
Does Chris's phrase make any more sense to you now? I know that this just spilled out of Chris's brain at the time, but we were unique and much more than a team. We were a family. You know, the process of putting together this video made me realize the amazing family we had. These wonderful, caring team members were awesome. And oh, they could also play softball. You know, what a tournament. What a season. I loved that team. And 20 years later, I still do.